All right. All right. Hi. Sorry. Excuse me. Hi. Hello, Capricorn. This is Terra Lumination with your Jupiter Scorpio mini report for 2017-2018. It's a big year-long transit, and it's starting in October 2017, like right here. So Terra Illumination is doing this like mini super compact reading and report for you guys, and hopefully you can make the most of it. Uh, You'll probably have to do a lot of pause and start and rewind or whatever to do it properly. Uh, but that's probably the easiest way to do this. With Jupiter, focus here on the main themes of the planet Jupiter itself. These are the energy fields that Jupiter naturally resonates, okay? It's the great benefic. It's all about healing, and travel, optimism, higher consciousness, growth, expansion, the truth, the laws, belief. All of these are Jupiter themes, okay? You can pause and take a look there. Next, now imagine this energy pumping up Scorpio, okay? The energy of Scorpio, which is a completely different energy itself. In other words, Jupiter living in the sign of Scorpio for the next year. Here are the themes and keywords for Scorpio. Classic ones: power, intensity, the forbidden, money of others and joint resources, deep soul merger, birth and passing on, total destruction, procreation, and above all, for Terra Illumination, it's about transformational healing, okay? So imagine all this power focused through the lens of Scorpio, okay? Take your time if you want to. Pause if you have to, okay? Now, for you, Capricorn, what does that mean? Well, first of all, let's look at your chart for the generic Capricorn. Don't forget, watch for your sun, moon, and rising if you have time. Over here, with you, Capricorn, Scorpio lies in your 11th house, okay? Over here, that's this part of your chart. This is you, Capricorn, on the ascendant here, and this is Jupiter residing for the next year in your 11th house. So the 11th house, what is that? It's all about the community. It's all about fitting in with the group. It's about group think. It's about bringing who you are and what you are into full alignment with what is good for the whole of humanity. Now, there's, positives and shadow sides about all of this. Like, it's wonderful to be part of the community and part of the group, and it's all wonderful saving trees and representing this and setting up foundations for this and that, and being part of a healing group or a community group or a PTA meeting for schools and teachers, and bringing all your resources there to be shared with others to the point where you as an individual don't really count. It's much more about what are you bringing to the team? What are you bringing to the hive? What are you bringing to the group that's good for everybody? Shadow energy versions of that would be like, well, what happens if you don't fit in? What if you're the Uranian rebel? What if you're there to bust up the group and blow away all the rigid group think that has fossilized? Okay, so there's different sides of 11th house energy, but it also can be very rewarding and satisfying and fun to feel like you're part of a tribe, part of a group where, like, wow, we're all on the same wavelength. That's amazing, because we're above and beyond individuals now. We're like this whole tribe, and it's very, very resonant. So that's where it's happening for you, Capricorn. So again, let's go back here. Put Jupiter moving through your 11th house, where these energies here are going to be deeply expressed through the 11th house with the energy of Jupiter, okay? That's a lot to digest. If you need to, take your time, pause, and connect all the dots, all right? So what we're going to do now is do a little mini reading, and so you can hopefully make the best of this. It's so much is about opportunity, growth, and expansion, new higher awareness in energies, parts of your life that are much to do with the deeply hidden parts, where you might have been scared to go beforehand, but there's no way out of it now. Jupiter is pressing you to go deeper and deeper and deeper into your soul level, and reach deeper levels of intimacy and merger with self and other, perhaps in the environment of community, bringing all your gifts, hopes, and dreams and wishes into that community environment. Cards are already well pre-shuffled. I'm going to do it again to the last second so that you're a witness. And we're going to keep it short and sweet and let the cards tell a little story, and then you can reinterpret however you want. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, of course. No reversals, none of that. Okay, here we go. We're going to cut. Here we go. That's good enough. It's basically just fine. So you can see here, I'm going to spell it out. This would be you and your situation coming into this transit, moving in and living through this transit. This would be the opportunity, very, very important, the opportunity of this transit for you. And this would be the challenge of dealing with this transit, because it's going to be big, powerful, and life-changing. So you're going to feel it somewhere. The energy of transformation is going to happen to you somewhere in the 11th house, okay? So you're just getting a heads up here. And so you're going to face challenges there some way, somehow. So how are you going to handle it? How are you going to make the best of it? Because you're not going back. There's no going back, all right? Under here, we're going to look at the prevailing conditions that are out there supporting you. Think of it as the weather. Don't take it personally. You're just going to make the best of it, whatever it is. And you've got the sun. Okay, well, that's the end of the reading. Thank you very much. You're going to be great, Capricorn. Everything's just going to be wonderful. Thanks, bye. Sorry, I'm just kidding. But with the sun here, it's giving you like full-on permission to just go for it, Capricorn. If you've got lurking ambitions and dreams and aspirations about what you can do for the world at large, above and beyond what you've already been doing, like say at school or college or career or home and family, or just being out there in the world with a day job or something like that. It's almost like you are being totally lit up and guided to turn that into something bigger and better for the group, for humanity. Almost like being literally a radiant lighthouse, okay, where you literally just shine your awesome Capricorn light shamelessly in the bigger ways than you've ever done before. Again, allowing for these themes to occur in the 11th house with this energy being pumped into it, okay? So that's the fuel, and this is the lens, okay? Like the lens of the lighthouse, okay? The lens of the lighthouse. So here's your situation. Happiness. Okay, happiness is a very, very important theme for you right now, going through this transit. So if you're not feeling it yet, it's very important to become aware of the simple, raw, pure energy of happiness. And it's right out there for you. It's very blunt. It's right out in your face. And because this is a major card, the idea is to literally be humble enough to accept that. Be brave enough, be courageous enough to share your awesome, leadership skills and talents and resources and gifts and joys and happiness to a much, much deeper level, to a transformational level that could be literally transformational for yourself in your bigger, broader community, in your tribe, in a way that's transformational, let's say transformationally healing for you and everyone, but in a very, very, very positive way that endears happiness, which triggers the raw, simple, pure energy of happiness inside of you that you might not have ever tasted or known before on this kind of scale. So what's the opportunity here? It's going to be hard to beat these two cards, but let's just see what happens. Okay, it's finding a balance where now it's about time that you can treat yourself to being happy yourself in ways that you really deserve. Like you can reward yourself. If you're really in tune with the positive aspects of the 11th house, where you really are an active, effective member of the broader community, where you are highly valued, highly appreciated, it's very, very satisfying. And you would have every right and opportunity and permission to reward yourself accordingly and allow yourself to be rewarded accordingly, perhaps on a scale that you've never known before, just by accepting it, literally just by accepting the good fortune, the benevolence, the bounty, the awesomeness, the optimism, the opportunity, the luck, and the wisdom of Jupiter. And, if you're a shy Capricorn, that might be hard. But if you are willing to be brave and courageous and literally just be right out there with your Capricorn energy, uh, then that's your opportunity. Perhaps coming into new wealth in ways that you've never known before, understanding how the attitude of gratitude actually works, where you can actually see how all your efforts over the years, particularly the last 12 years, are starting to feel like it's really worth your while now in some way, shape, or form. So what's the challenge here? Oh, by the way, with this Six of Pentacles here, it's an opportunity to, with so much potential abundance for you, and happiness and brightness and fun and satisfaction in life, especially in that 11th house of being part of the tribe, the community, on the global scale even. I don't know if you're a big CEO or something, but you might be. It's also about sharing that with others. So now that you are part of the group and it's happening in very transformational ways, like birthing into a new form of relating to the group, it allows you to share your resources with them as well. So it feeds on itself, where the more you, let's say, bring your gifts to the world, to the tribe, to the community, in a way that isn't all rebellious about knocking it over and busting it all up, instead about building it up and making it so that it's very valuable to the group, that is an opportunity for you. In other words, for you to share your bounty, your gifts with others, which of course becomes highly appreciated by others. So it's a mutually fulfilling, what do they call it? A positive feedback loop. The better it gets, the better it gets. Okay. Now, what's the challenge here? Okay, because there's a lot being piled upon you, Capricorn. There's a lot of big, bright powers of light and happiness being piled upon you. So what's the challenge? Okay, well, my feeling is that with the Knight of Pentacles here, is that this is potentially almost so exciting for you that you might get carried away with it. It could be very easy to get carried away with your own light, your own desire to be happy, to the point where it could be almost to the point where other people are like, oh, wait a minute. How do you deserve all that? That's not fair. How do you get to be so lucky and fortunate and happy and, share your gifts and be appreciated and valued? And, so the challenge would be overstepping yourself to the point where it would be very easy to abuse the power. It could be very easy to, let's say, overstep into the forbidden, to take advantage of your newfound power and exploit, let's say, in a self-serving manner, joint resources. Because there could be a very fine line about doing that for the group or for self-aggrandizement, which is quite different, okay? And so it also could be quite, let's say, disturbing because of the transformation that could be happening to you. And so the challenge would be to hold steady, because with the Knight of Pentacles here, the whole idea is to hold really, really steady as you move through this year and not get carried away with the newfound momentum, with the opportunities, because it's so potentially abundant and rewarding and satisfying for you that you could easily get carried away with the power. And that could actually backfire on you. So it's very, very important to understand how much potential, opportunity, and chances that you do have that work for you. It's just that be careful of overdoing it or abusing it. Instead, go back to the old-fashioned Capricorn ways of being. Just be extremely grateful and aware of how incredibly fortunate you are at this time. Scorpionic energy is very compatible with Capricorn type energy. So it would be very easy for the flow to go big quickly. So the thing is, You don't want to get crushed in a big wave or become too like magnanimous or pompous or self-inflated with all of this stuff. So it all goes to your head. And the challenge would be to be the reminder to stick to the good old-fashioned Capricorn methods that you know that work for the long term. Steady, 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 steady. As you give, shall you receive. Invest for the long term, one step at a time. No shortcuts, none of that. No just going from Capricorn Mark 1 to Capricorn Mark 2 in one leap. It's incremental. Learn through the process. Do it in the group situation where there's a lot of sharing and interacting. So how do you make the best of all of this? Wow. You capitalize on it. You take everything that's working for you and make it work for you. You invest in yourself. The Ten of Pentacles here is very much about creating a legacy, creating a long-term legacy that's, you can pass on. Not just to yourself, to enjoy for yourself, but everyone can enjoy with you. It's just like being the awesome granddad, being the awesome dad, being the awesome CEO whose operation and company is doing so well that there's now this big urge to share the bounty, share the what do they call it? The bonuses, or in companies, what do they call that? Like the year-end bonuses, where not only can you reward yourself, you have the potential to be so bountiful that you can share that with others, like having the big company barbecue, having the big company outings, giving everybody an end-of-year bonus just for the heck of it because the company went so well. Sharing your good fortune with the family, with the tribe and the team so that everybody appreciates you. And it doesn't have to be a long table with you sitting at the end like the Lord and Master and CEO. It could be a round table where everybody's the same. Everybody's the same and you can just shuffle around and it doesn't matter who's sitting next to who. Okay? So I hope you get something out of this, Capricorn. Please take your time. Review and watch and pause however you have to do it. Let me just put this up there quickly for you. That's the weather. Take advantage of it. This is your little spread reading. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, of course. All right. I'm going to show you your chart again. This is the 11th house where all this stuff is happening. And these are the core themes and energies that need to be accounted for. All right. All right. I'll just lay this here. And there was enough stop-start moments where you could see all that stuff clearly. I'll put that here for you. And thank you so much. Thank you, Capricorn. Have an awesome transit for the next year. Bye-bye.